Well, take a look at what just arrived. The new SJcam SJ6 Legend. Let's open this guy up. So let's take off the cover of the box here. See if I can do this one-handed. Nice packaging as always with the SJcams. And let's see what we've got top side. Got our mounts, USB cable, lens cover, and the camera itself, and its waterproof housing. And of course, they always supply a plethora of accessories to go along with it, which is really cool because, like I said, they give you every type of mount possible, and it actually comes with the kit. I don't have a scale handy, so I can't tell you exactly the weight difference, but there is a weight difference between the 5000 and the SJ6 Legend. I don't know if it's the battery or the fact that it's got an extra LCD screen up front, but it does feel a little bit more substantial, to be honest with you. Like the touchscreen in the back. But let's take a look at video quality. Alright, so I'm going to do a test here with the SJcam 5000x Elite versus the new SJ6 Legend. SJ5000 here, Legend right there. Gyro is off on both of these. These are just handheld right now. First thing I want to look at is video quality between the two. They're both recording 1080p at 60 frames a second. Distortion correction is on for both cameras. Bitrate is set to high on both cameras. Now we're just going to do a quick little audio test with the microphone, SJcam 5000x Elite versus the SJ6 Legend. First we're going to start with the 5000. We're going to do an audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the SJ6 Legend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to see how the audio sounds on both cameras. And going to see color depiction for both cameras to see if it represents the colors accurately. I know the 5000x Elite does represent colors accurately. Ever since they did the I think it was a 1.43. This firmware is 1.4.6 on the 5000X. So let's go inside and take a look and see how the video looks. Now here's some of the pros and cons that just my first impressions of the SJ6 Legend. It does have a little bit of a look and feel to it as the GoPro Hero 4 and 5 with the front LCD, which is nice because now you can kind of see what's going on, what you're recording in. It does have different cable inputs now as opposed to the 5000. The microphone, as you heard from the video, it's very lackluster. I do like the fact that it has a touchscreen display, although it is a little bit on the finicky side. But, you know, it's their first attempt at a touchscreen, so, you know, you can't really knock them for that. One of the things I really love is the new battery drawer or door for the Sjcam. Pull that out, slides out, and then you can access the battery, as opposed to the previous versions where you had to either, if you had long nails, you could stick your nail in there and open up the little door and take the door off, but then you ran the risk of losing the door or damaging it, dropping it, where now it's actually affixed to the body of the camera, which I really like. It has a 1/4-20 female on the bottom so that you can hook it up to a tripod mount or up to a timer if you've got a timer. I like the fact that they always give you a lens cover. At least they have since the 5000x Elite. And, you know, that's nice. It's a nice little way to store it and protect it. I like the feel. I like the finish. You know, there's, you know, I cannot get this to connect to my iPhone for Wi-Fi. Because apparently now with the SJ6 Legend, if you want to do a firmware upgrade, you have to do it via the Sjcam Zone app. And my 4000 connects to my phone, no problem. My 5000X connects Wi-Fi to my phone, no problem. This one will not. So I've got an email into Sjcam because the firmware on this one is 1.4. So I know that there's a 1.43 that they've got out. So hopefully I'll hear back from them on how to manually update the firmware for this, since for some reason the Wi-Fi doesn't work, which is kind of disappointing. You know, when you have it on Wi-Fi mode, it will eat up the battery very fast. I've noticed that with the 5000X. And there is a bit of a lag. I'd probably say a half-second lag from when you move the camera to when you see it on the screen. I wasn't really interested in ever using Wi-Fi, except this camera, you have to do it for the firmware. So I wanted to upgrade the firmware and give this an honest review. So hopefully I'll get a email back from Sjcam to either give me a new bin firmware so I can upload it into the camera, or kind of step me through on how to resolve this issue. But you know, there's a lot of good things going for this camera, and then there's some things that I'm just like, eh. And one of them is going to be the sharpness. I just don't think the sharpness is as good with this camera as it is with the 5000X. I will say that the exposure is better on the Legend, and I'll show you some examples. So here's one of the examples of exposure. If you look at the 5000X Elite, you can see the clouds are kind of overblown in exposure, where on the 6, the clouds are a lot better as far as the exposure value. And now here's another example. If you look at the bricks, this is actually an accurate depiction of the bricks in my house, where that one is a little bit lighter. So, you know, the SJ6 Legend, this is just a quick first impression, a couple of little examples for you. I mean, you know, do I have regrets over this camera so far? No, but I'm really hoping that the updated firmware, the 1.43, will take care of some of the issues with this camera. Because, you know, sharpness is one of the things that I really appreciated from Sjcams, because the sharpness is just unbelievable, the amount of detail that you can get with such a small sensor. And this kind of walks away from it a little bit. And I know some people will say, well, that's like a GoPro. A GoPro is not as sharp as an Sjcam. That's true. So I guess if you're looking for GoPro-esque, then this may be a comparison. And I will compare it to the GoPro Hero 5. Now keep in mind, this one shoots 720, I think it's 480, but 720 for sure, 1080p, 2K, and also 4K, but the 4K is interpolated. Now everybody's waiting for the SJ7 Star. I'm one of them, because I want to see how good it is in its 4K. So far from some of the clips that I've seen from Sjcam US and Sjcam, their official channel, you know, it looks great. So I'm really looking forward to that, but it's February before it gets released. So I'm going to have to wait in line like everybody else. But right now, SJ6 Legend, I'm going to do some more testing with this camera, and stay tuned for some more footage, because footage is where the pudding is, right? You know, somebody can say, well, it's a great camera. You know, I'm all about looking at the footage. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this. Like I said, it's just a quick first impression of the new SJcam 6 Legend. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay warm if you're in a cold area. Stay dry if you're in a wet. And I will talk to you later. Bye.